None will be as hard as this one.
It's right, though.
You, just remind me why again?
Lucky. We were 15 when we fell in love. We're not the same people that we were back then. Life just, it changes us and it shapes us and it just shaped us differently. And that's all. It's okay.
Well, one thing that hasn't changed, I love you as much today as I did back then. And I always will.
You know, I love you. But we both know you always struggled with poor Charles, and it fits you even less now. Hey, there's no shame in it, okay? We just ended up wanting different things. And it's better that we admit it now than wind up unhappy, right? It's what's best for the both of us.
Why does it hurt so much? Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Bye, Lucky.
And one day, Gio and Dante will be able to see that.
I hope so.
Well, I should take off.
No.
Once again, you are in charge of holding things down for the Spencers. Do you think you can handle that?
I'm up for the challenge.
Okay.
You sure I can't convince you to stay?
You're the reason I came back, you know. And I'm so glad that I did. And there was one thing I could change. I just wish I was the match that saved you.
You saved me more times than you realize.
I'm back at you. So, if you ever need me.
Send up the bat signal?
Or a text. That'll work. I love you, Leslie Lou.
I love you too.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoons Delight. So this is kind of like a kind of an emergency video because I was talking to you guys in the comment section. I think under the Lulu and Lucky video, and I got some really terrific responses. Like, if you guys get a chance, you know, try to read those responses that I got in that comment section. And I'm feeling really weird about this, what's going on with Jonathan Jackson in the show, and him departing so abruptly. You know, it feels so sudden and out of nowhere. It almost feels like there was a disagreement behind the scenes over his character, and it just feels like it was so sudden the way he was written off. And I feel really weird about it, because on one hand they were doing a good job reestablishing him and Liz. Like, I thought they were doing a phenomenal job with the way they were writing how their relationship was growing and all of that stuff. Then I liked his relationship that he was building with Christina. One of the things that I pointed out in the past few months, whenever I saw like one of the Corinthos, you know, with, you know, the whole thing with Luke and Sonny, right? So like, you know, we saw those scenes with him and Laura, Sonny and Laura being close and really working on their friendship and stuff like that. And then one of the things that I liked seeing was, I liked that fact that They had Lucky with Christina, you know, working for him. I mean, working for Christina at Charlie's, and I was liking it. And the only thing that I said that I wanted to see after that, I wanted to see Christina and Lulu become like really good friends. I felt like that was something. I mean, that's something that they could still do since those two are still on the show. I feel like that's something that they could still do because I'd really like for Lulu to have like a really close girlfriend on the show, and maybe Christina to have one. You know, I would love to see that. I would love to see them potentially do that. Like if Lulu didn't work for the paper that she's working for, like I like what they did with Lulu as far as not having her work for Deception, because that was something that I was like, that don't fit for her. Same thing when they tried to do that shit with Emma, where she was gonna do an internship or something at Deception. I was like, nah, that ain't gonna work. You can't force everybody at Deception that's a female who gets on the show. You know what I'm saying? It felt like GH was being lazy about that. But I was like, you know what, Lulu, they can still do it, because the whole reason why they did the paper thing was because of the adoption storyline with Gio. I feel like they can actually still do it where Lulu could work for Christina. But I liked that relationship because they were building a trust between Lucky and Christina that I really liked. And, you know, how Lucky was willing to keep Christina's secret for a while, and how she always went to him to talk to him about what was going on with her. And then how Lucky was able to talk about Liz with her, and her helping him out with that. Like, that stuff was, like, really good, man. And then it's like, we're going to lose that. Like, the show felt complete with Lucky on there. And I was just saying this yesterday. If Michael wasn't back, bro, it would definitely be feeling empty on the male side of things. You know, it'd definitely be feeling empty on the male side. That's why I'm glad, like, if they were going to do this, I'm glad that Michael's back at least. You know, because had this happened before Michael came back, man, this would be absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. I still feel like, personally, man, I still feel an emptiness when it comes to Sam's presence. You know, it hits me every now and then when Sam is not around. You know, especially when some of the characters get together and stuff. Whenever I see Scout, whenever I see any of her children, really. You know, just the little interactions and scenes that she used to have with Jason, Spinelli, Carly, Sonny and stuff. It's like sometimes it just be feeling missing. And I think for some people, Lucky not being around won't really hit them like that. But I think for some of us, you know, especially the more time goes on, it's going to hit us a little bit, like at times, like, damn, he should have been there. Because someone would, I'm glad somebody mentioned this too. How Lucky didn't really have that interaction with some of the other Spencers, like Rocco and Charlotte. How come they never did really establish that him having a relationship with his nieces and nephews? Like, that didn't make any sense. You know, like that really didn't make any sense to me. You know, I know Charlotte's barely been around since he came back. But still, I mean, we could have at least got one scene. You know what I'm saying, when she was on here. You know, and same thing. I mean, Rocco's been on here, so there was plenty of time to put him and Rocco in the scene together, and stuff like that, man. And I just, you know, I really wish like they established that a lot more. You know, then the people on Carly's side, like, they could have really went a little deeper into establishing things. And then somebody else had brought up how they don't acknowledge that Lucky was also a father to Cameron and Jake. And I'm like, yeah, he was taking care of them for a good portion of their life. You could really say Lucky was their father, you know, and they always just point out Aiden, and I'm like, no, dog, he was close with all of them. All three of Liz's boys, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all be trying to make it seem like he only had Aiden or something, man. That ain't right, bro. That ain't right, bro. But yeah, it overall, it feels like a missed opportunity. They didn't even have. I don't know if this was his final air date or not. You know, yesterday, I'm still holding out for hope that we get a final scene between him and Aiden or Isaiah or whatever. I was just pointing out, like, how didn't you not? How does he not say goodbye to Isaiah? You know, he came into town with, basically with Isaiah. So it's like, how do you not have him say goodbye to Isaiah either? Like Isaiah also saved his life when after the Cyrus thing. So that was crazy within itself. So it just felt abrupt and incomplete, kind of like something happened behind the scenes, man. And I'm not happy about it, man, because I really wish they could have established that. But I think the main thing for me is that now as far as a recast, would that have helped? I mean, if I don't know if it has anything to do with the actor or not. I don't. I'm not going to try to act like I have any information on that because I don't. I'm still trying to figure out what happened really between Kelly Monaco behind the scenes with the producers and writers and stuff, like why she got written out the way she did. Because I never heard the truth about it yet. So the truth will come out one day, and we'll find out what happened. I mean, they didn't kill him, so that's the good thing. So it's not like he can't come back one day. But would a recast that worked? I don't think it would have been about that. Like the show, one thing I could get the show credit on, as far as consistency goes. Lately, they've done a banger job with their recast. I like Lulu's recast. I always tell people this: you hate Lulu because the actress is doing such a great job with her. You wouldn't hate her if she was doing a great job. I've always said that. It's the same thing with Cameron Matheson. We hate Drew because Cameron Matheson has been a beast with Drew. He's been a beast with Drew. You know what I mean? If you hate an actor because of the way they're written, not because they're annoying. See, there's a difference. When you hate somebody because they're annoying, or you hate somebody because they're just that good at being evil, that to me is what makes the difference. It's like Sheila Carter on The Bold and Beautiful. Like when she was back in her heyday, you were supposed to hate her, because she was a fucking killer, man. And so it's the same thing with Luna right now. You're supposed to hate Luna, but that's why I said, like, that's a good thing. That lets you know an actor is doing their job. Then the recast with Emma and Michael. I mean, those have been stellar recasts. Like they've been on the street. They've been on the street, man. So I don't. But the thing here is, I don't think they need to recast Lucky, because I don't think the actor was a problem. I think they just didn't know what to do with him. I feel like they just didn't know what to do with Lucky. But they had good things going for Lucky, and so it wasn't like they didn't know what to do with him, because they had good things going for him. But I don't know. It just feels wasted, because you build them up all this time since November, and then you just out of nowhere drop them like that. So I hate it when characters exit like that. It just doesn't make any sense. The last thing I want to say is that I heard Haley Poulos, who used to play Molly, trying to make a comeback. Now I don't know if she's trying to make a comeback on the soaps or not, or if she's going to get into other projects. But I was saying, if she ever comes back to work for GH, I think a cool angle for Haley would be, because this is one thing that I want them to establish for Christina. Christina's going to need a new bartender. And I feel like if they could bring somebody in, maybe a female this time instead of a male, if they could bring in a female that's like kind of tough, like I feel like Christina needs a Jason type sidekick, you know, like Sonny had. I think she needs but this time a female, someone who's tough. Doesn't have to be a love interest. Because one thing I would like for them to do with Christina next time is to develop a romantic interest with a man this time, instead of a girl, since she's bisexual. So I want to see them kind of delve into that. But I would love it if they brought in somebody who's like a female Jason or like a Sam type character who works for Christina. You know, if Christina still is a mob princess, I would love for them to just go in that direction, man. I think that'd be really cool, y'all. I think that'd be really cool for Christina, because now that Lucky's gonna be gone, that's going to be significantly felt on Christina's character. You know, not having Lucky around. So I don't think they're gonna drop Lulu's role in the paper. But if they did, that's an option as well. But I'm looking at it, man. If they ever recast Haley Poulos and give her a new character on the show, that'd be great. Shit. If they ever gave her, I don't think Kelly Monaco's ever come back, but if Kelly Monaco came back as a new character, that'd be great too. You know. Because remember Tamara Braun, she came back as a new character, you know, on GH, you know, that she used to play Carly, but, you know, you never know with some of these characters, man. They come back as new characters sometimes, so let's see what happens, man. I think it'd be interesting. But go ahead and give me your thoughts on this, man. This is like a little special video. I probably will post this after I'm done with Tuesday's videos. Yeah, I'll probably post it then. So just give me your thoughts on this, man, because it's a long video. Give this video a like, share, subscribe, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Afternoons to like.